Hello everybody, this is Aegis Starcraft and I am here bringing you another YouTube commentary, and this is actually a very special treat. As you can see here, my opponents, my friends, my allies have actually left because I am going to do my basics tutorial for you guys. So all of you that know how to play Starcraft, you probably might want to skip this video, and for those of you who are barely just introducing, that you are first starting to the RTS genre or Starcraft in general, you might want to stick around and take a look at this. So look at this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here. Starcraft is actually a game about real-time strategy, which is what RTS stands for if you don't already know this. And one thing that you have to know is that it's called real-time strategy because it's kind of really, you're strategizing in real time, so you're making decisions based on the moment. I mean, these are very basic things. You obviously have to start doing things like collecting resources and producing an army on the go. You don't take turns or anything like that. So once that timer starts going on, you know, everything starts moving, and you have to start producing and doing whatever it is that you need to do to win. So the two main resources that we have here are obviously minerals and gas. Now, minerals can be mined by any of the worker units in the game. For the Protoss, this is the Protoss race. Their main building for making worker units is the Nexus, and their main worker unit is the Probe. So you produce probes, as you can see here on the right, bottom side. Oh, right bottom side, by clicking on the portrait or by pressing the E key. As you can see, it says there on the keyboard warp and probe, and it says E to the right side of it. Now for the Zerg, you have the hatchery. This is your main building. The Zerg are a little bit more unique because they have drones, which are obviously different, but they also have creep. So for example, the Protoss over here, they need pylon power to actually build any units. So I will get into that in a little bit, but for example, as I was saying with the creep here, the Zerg need to use creep to actually build units. Now the Terran, the third race here, these are the most human analog races. These are basically the badass humans, you know, who are trying to destroy the other races. I'm just kidding. You should definitely play the story if you want to know what's going on. They have SCVs, and these actually can build buildings anywhere. Now the three things that are different about these races, like I was saying, for example, let's go back to the Protoss. The Protoss can use their probes, their worker units, to build units. So we're going to go ahead and warp in structure, and I'm going to warp in a pylon. See that blue halo that is surrounding this building? That is how much coverage, this energy coverage this pylon has. So look at the Protoss worker, the probe. Once he's put down that pylon, he's free to do anything else. Whatever he wants, he can go ahead and just go back to mining, or go putting back more minerals, or scouting, or doing whatever it is that he needs to do. So I'm just going to make a couple more probes here just to keep on going, not to get defeated by the very easy AI. And if we take a look here at the Zerg are different. Their drones, to build a building, they actually have to use the drone. So we're going to go ahead here and make a spawning pool, which is the basic starting building for the Zerg. As you can see, I can put it anywhere in the creep, but I cannot put it anywhere outside the creep. See how it turns into red? The grid system turns into red. That means I cannot put it there. A good place to put this first spawning spool is always here in the back, because this can become a vulnerability. If you put it out here and your opponent attacks you, he can start whacking at this, and you don't really want that. Now the Terran, on the other hand, their SCVs need to be constantly producing a building until its completion. So once this SCV starts working, he's pretty much occupied until the building is finished. So we're going to go ahead and put down a barracks right here. I can put it anywhere in the base, anywhere on the opposite side of the map, but obviously you want to start somewhere close to your base. So look at this. This goes down and the SCV remains there. Now you can always cancel this building by pressing escape, and you can also pause the building by pressing halt, T. So what this does is this unoccupies the worker, so now he's able to do everything else. But this building, unlike the Protoss one, which is already finished, as you can see here, this one is not going to finish it by itself. You have to put an SCV on it. You can also not put more than one SCV on it. You can only put one SCV to work on each building. So that's the main building basics for the races. Now for the Protoss, their basic building is the gateway. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one down. Notice that I cannot put it outside of the warp of the energy field of the pylon. It needs to be put on inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that here and send these workers to start mining again. Excuse me. So one thing that you want to know in StarCraft 2 is that you can actually rally your buildings to send units to a specific point. The way you do that is you click on the right key of the mouse, and for the nexus and your hatcheries and your command centers, this is very, very, very important, because you can actually rally to the minerals and your workers will automatically mine. So for example, I'm going to make one probe here. I'm going to chrono boost it real quick. I'm going to talk that in a little bit just so that it comes out a little bit faster, but you will see it will spawn on the right side closest to the rally point, and it will automatically go to the mining. So actually, I think I missed it here. It's coming out. It's coming out. There it goes. See how it automatically starts mining. And one thing about the AI in StarCraft 2 is that you do not have to individually manage how many probes are in each mineral patch. You normally in StarCraft 1 you had to kind of migrate a little bit, but not so anymore. You want to have about 2 to 3 workers on each patch. So for what is satisfactorily mining in a regular 7 patch mine is about 21 to 23 probes, workers, drones, SCV, whatever. You do not really want to be using more than that, because you're actually being less cost efficient. You'll see that, oh man, I'm getting rushed already by a roach. This is not good. This is not good, guys. This video is gonna turn out pretty bad if I lose right now. Try to use your probes to kill everything. Oh man, this is no good. This is no good. I am in a very tough situation. I apologize for this. I have lost all my probes. It does not matter. I think you have seen the basics of the Protoss. So once you've got your minerals up and running, you want to put down your gateways first as fast as possible, because you want to start making attacking units. As you can see here, my opponent, the AI, has actually cleverly attacked me. So you want to not be able to be defenseless or anything like that. So especially if you're a new player, you always want to make a zealot first, but you also got to make sure that these pylons double as your supply. Now, supply is this number over here. This is what allows you to build units. If you do not have enough supply, you are not able to build more units. So I'm actually able to, because this is very easy AI, I was actually able to push that back, surprisingly. That was so bad. I apologize for that, guys. So anyways, I was saying your supply. Once you've started getting a healthy amount of minerals, and this will vary by race, you want to put down a gas extractor. So these are the Vespene geysers. These are the second resources, and you actually need to put down a building first on it to be able to mine out of it. So for the Protoss, it is the assimilator. I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 of these here, and these can go anywhere where there is a geyser, only there. So this is just kind of like the basics mechanics for a Protoss. And the pylon, the gateway is the important unit, and just probe saturation here and rally points. Now going to the Zerg a little bit more different. First of all, the Zerg have larvae, so you can't really produce any units anywhere